were real hesitant about coming here.
Right.
And Sherman wanted you to come, or you wanted to come? How did you even hear about us?
I started looking at the agenda, he began talking, that kind of thing, and I started calling you, which was surprising to me. I agree with, is it Mike? I agree with Mike. Every time I called you, you answered the phone, which was blowing me away. And I said, man, this guy's accessible. But it was good because we started talking then, and you shared some things with me about this particular seminar, which I shared with Sherman, and he got excited. The more I talked to him about that, the more he got excited about it. And then I told him, you also put me in touch with Joe Call. I had a chance to talk to him. He was kind enough, we did the three-way, and he was kind enough to share his experiences from this class with me, which I shared those with Sherman. Put Sherman and Joe Call together, and one thing just led to another. I definitely wanted to come to this one, and Sherm has since planned to come to it as well. So we both plan to come back at your end of May session. So.
Well, for having been here for just the first day, this is the end of the first day, how do you feel about making that decision to be here?
Well, it's been a good decision for me. Learning something new is always good for me. And as you mentioned at the outset of this, my background is in marketing with IBM. That was my experience. So government contracting was a whole new animal for me, and it still is somewhat overwhelming. All the bids and and that kind of stuff. But I'm starting to see kind of a pattern develop on how you respond to the bids, giving back the phraseology and the words that the bid producer is given to you in the bid, giving that kind of stuff back to them. So I'm starting to see a pattern develop.
Okay, so you're going to be here next month too, again.
That's it, yeah.
Right. So we have it on record now that that Joe's going to be here for a second time. Tom, tell us again, how did you hear about us?
It was a link on LinkedIn, and I clicked on it, and you had some information on your website. I went to the website. Then you said, call me. So I called, and I believe I talked to you first.
Okay.
We talked for, probably an hour or so. And then you got, I think it was Mike on the phone on a three-way.
Well, I think he called in while we were talking, right?
Because
that happened with you.
Yes.
While we were talking, Joe called in. I said, why don't you just listen to the phone conversation?
Yeah, so.
See, no one's ever accused me of being a salesperson before. That's funny.
Well, it's the end of day one. How do you feel about your first day here?
A lot of information, And, I'm not familiar with government contracts, so I'm just trying to soak it all in, and looking forward to tomorrow.
But you got 35 years experience doing churches and fast food restaurants.
Churches, fast food. I started in residential, remodeling, a lot of commercial work though, mostly. But,
So a lot of this stuff here was new to you. So we don't teach construction, you already know that.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, everything about the government contracts, and how it comes about, how you bid the bid process. I didn't know anything about that.
Tell us about your expectation and how it's been. How did you do today?
So far, amazingly well. A little bit of what I expected from talking with Sean and yourself, so I'm happy with what I've been learning so far.
Wrigley, right?
Ripley, yeah.
Ripley. Okay, so you're here because Dad said we need to go.
Right.
Okay, so what was your expectation? We're going to waste some time down in Austin, or is it?
Worth my while, but I definitely thought it'd be a lot more boring than it was.
Honesty.
So there wasn't anything boring here? Or?
No, I think the way you do it is it's hard to be bored. You're very engaging, and the stories you tell, it makes it interesting more than just well, this is what you need to do and this is how you do it. There's the way it's presented, it's different.
What was your big takeaway today?
I haven't processed it all yet. I didn't know anything going into it, so everything is brand new.
Greg, right?
Yes.
So what was your expectation coming in?
About the same. We had, what we knew about it was just from discussions with talking with Richard, of what he had learned in the coming to a previous session with you guys, and I'd met Sean, but we talked more about the salsa at lunch than we did this stuff.
Any big takeaways today?
No, I mean, I feel a lot like Ripley did. I came in with not much understanding. There's a lot of information, and it's very clear that you have a wealth of knowledge in this area, that you are, clearly an expert in this. I feel like I'm sort of put my big toe in the shallow end of the amount of information, but there's certainly a lot.
Okay. You want to just pass that back to what did you get today that you hadn't gotten from the previous 3 times?
Well, I'm hoping a couple really good partnerships that are going to develop here.
Okay.
I know a guy in California, I know he needs help. I can
Right.
tell. It's got to be win-win for all of us though, right?
How about the information from the workshop itself?
I like the format, what you're presenting. It's getting more and more refined, more focused. You definitely, you went through more information today than you did in the entire first session.
Okay.
I believe you did. You did it in a more detailed, focused manner. The way it was presented and, just the overall presentation of it.